I will hand this over to Divya for further presentation. If you have any questions in between, please put your questions in the chat box. And at the end of the session, we will open this session for more questions and answers as well. Right. Thank you very much. Divya, please over to you.
Thank you so much. Very good evening to everyone. And thank you for taking out this time. I'm sure we all are, going through this tide and we'll sail through very soon. Fingers crossed, being positive. I will run through a brief presentation. It's actually a long presentation, but I'm going to cut it short for, with the important slides which are important for you all to know, especially for the students who are new and who've not got the application. And I'm assuming some of you are there also as part of the seminar who already got their applications, who've already applied at Deakin. So I'm hoping and assuming that everyone can hear me. In case there is an issue, I'm sure somebody from the team can help. Sahil, if there is an issue, please do indicate.
Sure, sure.
I feel that I'm audible right now. So yeah,
Yes.
just to quickly start with, we all know that Deakin is situated in Melbourne, which is the world's second most livable city. We do have campuses in Geelong, which are the regional campuses, and our city campus is Melbourne, which is in Burwood. The Burwood campus in Melbourne, I meant. So we have these campuses. Okay, 1 second, quickly. Sahil, is the screen visible to everyone, right?
Yes, it is visible to everyone.
Perfect, perfect. So we all can see that we have the Melbourne, Burwood campus in Melbourne. Then we have Wanpon and Geelong, Warrnambool and Waterfront. These are the three campuses which will also give us 3 years of post-study work visa. And because they're regional campuses, and Burwood gives you 2 years of post-study work visa. Okay, so regional campus, mostly the courses which are famous here and one can apply for apart from being, deciding to go to Melbourne, because it will give you, of course, an extra year of study visa, work visa, which is architecture, nursing for undergraduate, commerce and design, and for postgraduate students who are looking for architecture, construction management, psychology, and creative arts can obviously choose Waterfront. When it comes to engineering, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, bioinformatics, Geelong, Wanpon is our another best campus, which is also situated about 20 kilometers, 20-minute drive from the city of Geelong. Coming to our next campus, which is a regional campus, is the Warrnambool, where you can study commerce, nursing, education, environmental sciences, and law for the undergraduate students. Cost of living and the quality of living is any day lesser and higher in Geelong respectively, because Melbourne, being the city campus, is slightly expensive when it comes to cost of living compared to the regional campuses. Then we have the cloud campus. Again, this is our 5th campus apart from the 4 onshore campuses. This is actually now, in demand these days, looking at the current situation. We have 16,000 students already enrolled on cloud campus today and successfully studying. And we have been awarded #1 campus for our online services, facilities, and our skill sets that we are disseminating through this campus. So we already have that number visible to all of you. All the services and all the courses, almost all of them are available online. We're also coming up with some online courses for the second intake, the students who are wanting to enroll for the T2 intake, the July intake, which is, and we can talk a little more about it once I finish the presentation. About the ranking, something that you all should be aware of, because it is also important for you to know and add it in your SOP. And of course, one of the key questions of genuine temporary enrollment interview that we do as one of the steps in the process after you all get your conditional offer letters. As the name suggests, conditional offer letter, I'm also taking you through the process simultaneously, step by step, whatever is necessary for you to know. I will be including that apart from what's mentioned on the slide. So as part of the process, when you get your application, you have to appear for a GTE interview. It is a mandate from Deakin University. I know some of the universities are not doing that interview, but it's a mandate with us, wherein we, of course, understand, and your counselor, basically from your agent who you've applied with, counsels you on certain parameters which are briefed to everybody. And around that understanding, we try and take your understanding. So this is again one of the questions that we would like you to answer or probably talk about, while you're even writing your SOPs. So we talk about ranking. We've really jumped the ladder from 500 above to 261 stated as on date. As per the QS ranking, we are on 271. As per the Times higher education rankings, we are between 351 to 400 as on date. And as per the under 50, so under 50 years old university, we are now on 29. Last year only we were on 30. Today we are 29 amongst the 50 universities who are just 50 years old. We are 45 years old, and hence the ranking differential. We are also ranked in top 1% universities worldwide, and the highest level of student satisfaction consecutively for 9 years when it comes to satisfaction and employability services. We the global top 100 under the 100 top courses we have are education, finance, law, nursing, public health, and sports. These are our courses which are under that category. And under global top 200 courses, we have courses like economics, arts and humanities, engineering, pharmacy, politics, and sociology. We have 4 faculties under which 500 plus courses are divided. So you study the postgraduate, undergraduate courses under the faculty of either arts and education, business and law, health, science, engineering, and built environment, which is commonly talked about and used as CB courses. We have internships, mobility, teaching, which is innovative, research, and graduate employability as part of all the faculties. The common key areas that you get to study in arts and education, the courses which are available are film and television, international studies, humanitarian assistance, criminology, masters of communication, which includes your advertising, journalism, professional writing. So these are few things that if one is interested in, definitely can walk into Deakin to study. Then under the business and the law faculty, we have accounting, leadership management, marketing, human resource management, sports management, which is again one of our key top courses. We do have association with Rajasthan Royals when it comes to sports management as well. Under marketing as well, which is another top courses wherein students who do not want to study other fields, we are one university who do allow and provide that platform to students who can walk in and study that depending on the different kind of areas one would be interested in, whether it's human resource management or leadership marketing or management otherwise under the umbrella of Masters of Marketing. There's a small video that I can share, and I'm sure the team can share with you later. Then under the Faculty of Health, we have public health, medical imaging, health promotion. Public health, of course, is the most commonly wanted thing, and the students who are studying in public health space are being wanted looking at the current situation right now. Apart from doctors and nurses, people who are looking at research work and understanding the requirement of today and helping build their approach basis what's happening and giving the data and helping grow the knowledge and awareness amongst people. Public health is definitely one of the courses one should look at apart from nursing, occupational therapy, health sciences, health economics, and exercise and sports science. Coming to the Faculty of CB, we have, of course, engineering, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, informative technology, biomedical and environmental sciences under different schools, which is your IT, engineering, and architecture and built environment. Again, a small video which definitely can be shared later. 1 second, the data is loading, I guess. Sorry for that, it's a heavy file. Can I do the screen show because it's not opening with the slideshow?
Yeah,
sorry, can I just go back to that?
Please go ahead, yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. So I would like to talk about some academic accreditations as well. Courses which are accredited by ACCA, AMI, CPA, RICS. So different courses have different recognition, professional recognitions, which of course help you get good opportunities once you finish your course. The industry focused courses. Deakin actually believes in holistic development. It doesn't really talk about getting into Deakin, applying for a course, finishing, and getting out. We do help you gather more information and give you exposure in various ways. As far as the industry focused courses are concerned, all the courses that you see, the curriculum that's embedded is upgraded on yearly basis, which is why you will also see a fee difference on financial based, yearly based. Finance is financially year based, which is one of the reasons, because we do get the experts to remove the obsolete data from our curriculum and add what is required, so that once you're out of the university, and when you're going to look for an opportunity outside, because that's the ultimate goal, what happens really is that you are upgraded with the knowledge. There is nothing that is like a miss, and you don't feel that, oh, I'm outdated because 2 years before I started this and now it is this. So everything is kept in mind, and then the whole curriculum is developed and designed for everybody. We are leaders in these areas, which all of you can read: artificial intelligence, criminology, big data. Artificial intelligence, the March intake was a first intake for artificial intelligence. We launched this program wherein we have the first intake students who will be studying in this intake. Then we have workplace learning, apart from the other areas that we talk about, which helps in learning and development. Basically, we do provide internship with a lot of courses, research projects, industry projects. So between industry projects, research, and internship, what happens is students sometimes are not interested in internships. And if there is an ongoing project that's happening on ground, on shore, in the university, under consultation, guidance, and with discussion with your course director and of course your head, one can definitely opt for a research or an industry project. Mobility programs, as the name suggests, we do have mobility programs wherein of course you can choose to move and study a unit abroad apart from Deakin at no extra cost. We have international study tours and seminars, which primarily focuses on, taking you across and out of Deakin to give you exposure of different levels, so that you can meet different people. So if somebody, suppose, wants to know and study law and wants a full hands-on experience, definitely the students are taken on tours and the international study tours, wherein they can attend the litigation sessions at the court, and similarly at Bombay Stock Exchange when they come to India for their trips. Part-time jobs definitely are available. You can work 40 hours a week in a part-time job apart from your education. And post-study work visa, as I mentioned, 2 years in Melbourne and three years in Geelong campuses.
Divya,
We do have to.
Divya, sorry to interrupt you here.
Yeah, please.
I have one question,
Yeah.
and I'm sure others will have similar question. What is? Can you elaborate a bit more on mobility program, because this is quite interesting, and I expect a lot of Indian students to take this up, but not many take this up. So I think it's a very good platform to make them understand.
Okay, so mobility program basically is, so when students, or suppose, so a group of students decide, there's an additional cost to it. And of course, as per the course curriculum and with the help of the course director, one chooses to travel. So a lot of students choose to travel to another country between their semester. And for a 10 or a 15-day, we do this program wherein a representative from South Asia office, which is our office, Delhi office, travels along with the faculty. And you're taken to different places, of course, for excursion and, of course, exposure with brief talks. We do seminars, we do roundtables, and we, of course, visit other campuses, other institutes, and you can get exposure and more awareness about that particular course that you're looking at. Like I mentioned about the Bombay Stock Exchange, and I also mentioned about the, uh, you know, the court litigation sessions. Also, what happens is when I was anything else that you would like to know, you can discuss it with your course director, and of course, if there are more details required, I can share an email on the same.
Yes, and I believe there is something called semester transfer as well.
Abroad, yes, yes, I
Yes,
was
yes.
coming to that also. So we have do international university links. We have tie-ups with a lot of university wherein we do one semester abroad. There's a flexibility to study that. So you may say that, oh, I'm already abroad, right, studying in Australia at Deakin. But apart from that, being in Australia without investing more time besides the 2 years of program or 3 years or 4 years of bachelor's and masters that you've applied for, you have the flexibility of going for one trimester abroad, which includes 1 unit to 4 unit. You can choose the university. It's like an exchange program where you do not have to pay any extra fee. The fee is part of what you pay for your units here. So you can look at any number of units, either one or the entire semester, wherein you can go and study, of course, with an additional cost of living and, of course, your food and travel. But the education cost is nil. So that is again something which not all the courses may give you, but majority of the courses. So as per the provision, that more information and details can be taken from your course director. So when you go for your induction, that's the time when you hear about all of this. That is why we say that a week-long induction is important, and that's why we insist and harp upon the fact of reaching and being there in time.
Great, thank
There's
you.
something called as Deakin Ginny. It's again an award-winning app that no other university has. It There's a small video again which I will share, and that can be circulated if that's okay. And so this app is basically an award-winning app which only Deakin helps you access when you're a student, which manages your entire timetable. It helps you access your books in library. It gives you information about what's happening at on campus every day. To be honest, it works like your mother who can wake you up in the morning, like your father who would give you reminders to study when your exams are coming, even like your girlfriend and a boyfriend, to be very honest, because it does help, in your low times and low moods. It will offer you a cup of coffee and probably play a song if the responses are not like the happy day responses. So it's a very interesting app, and trust me, when I see the video and when I talk about it, the more I talk about it, I get extremely excited that even I want to go to Deakin and do my at least 2 year of further studies, and I don't know when to take that time out because it's really interesting and it helps.
So,
Uh,
yeah,
yeah.
I'll just take about 15 seconds here. The
Sure.
Deakin Genie app was actually unveiled during one of our trips to the Deakin. I was doing some trip with Deakin in Bangkok, and we were doing
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
doing a program, and at that time it was unveiled, and we actually saw it in action, and I was literally amazed. I mean, it was almost like having a Siri or a Alexa
Absolutely.
on hand, and the way it guides right from if you are not able to search things on campus, it was so easy to do it through Deakin Genie. It also gives you reminders about what kind of programs and assignments have been allotted to you, and when is the completion date, and what you're supposed to do and all. It was just amazing. I mean, I was flabbergasted looking at that app, and in fact, I was also feeling that I should try and take up maybe a small course in at Deakin if I'm getting an access to
Trust
this
me about this
application for
app.
some.
Yeah, this app is really exciting. Trust me, it's the thought always when I talk about it. I really get excited and I get goosebumps talking about it because it is an interesting app, and a lot of students have shared a lot of positive feedback, and everyone's using because it also maintains a balance. It's like a wallet, like how you have your PTMs and everything. It also keeps telling you like how your father would tell you, okay, now your bank account is going low, so kindly maintain because it's the end of the month. So it practically does everything possible for you, like how app Siri's to Apple, genies to Deakin is what I would kind of term it as. There's also something called as Deakin Talent. What Deakin Talent does for you is it's again a team wherein you have dedicated employees, and we also have a separate division in South Asia office in Delhi. This helps you prepare for your CVs and interviews. So once you're back in India, you're not all over the place. Deakin doesn't say that, okay, enroll, finish, and get out, and we don't bother. That's not the policy. That's not the value system that we inculcate, or we think, or we talk, or we kind of disseminate as well. We say, okay, once you're out of college, what next? What next? So we do prepare a cushioned platform, at least initially, for every student, whoever wishes to. Students who come back and are struggling, or probably are looking for jobs, we do help, because in the next slide you will see the industry links, the industries and the companies that we are talking about, and we are talking on everyday basis to build our network, and the ones which we are connected with as well. So it helps you prepare for your jobs, internships. We also do a lot of seminars on campus. Twice in a year we will do international seminars wherein industry experts from various companies will join. It's like a fair, like how you do an education fair and you come and meet different universities under one in under one roof. Similarly, on campus you will be meeting these people where you have interaction, which is informal interaction with the experts, and understand, okay, fine, this is the kind of job which is in demand. So if you've taken A as a specialization, and you figure out that, okay, B and C are the key areas which are going to be growing in the coming times, and if you see a slightest of inclination, you definitely can choose to kind of jump or switch from A to B, because that's the specialization that you're primarily looking at. So you do not have to worry about choosing your specializations when it comes to your master's degrees. You can, of course, go with one. You don't have to lock it. It's not sealed. As per when you do your first and the second trimester, you get the hang of your subjects, you get the hang of knowledge, and a little understanding about the course, the way they teach, and of course your issues, and then you take a final call. So having said that, when it comes to Deakin Talent is a team onshore which will help you do that. And when the industry comes up with their needs and requirements for any jobs in their campus or in the areas, they definitely send us the requirement, like a JD is sent to us, the job description. And if your CVs are uploaded on Deakin Talent and are with the team, they definitely will match the skill sets. And if the skill sets matches, there would be a call given to you on immediate basis, even if you have an internship or a job that you're currently in. So Deakin Talent does that. We do have a lot of links in terms of the companies that we are working with. You can see the names which are very commonly known to all of us. It's Ericsson, Siemens, ABB, Telstra, in different areas for different courses. Currently, we have 1,000+ alumni base who we are connected with, uh, wherein they help us to connect the students. We do share their CVs, we do connect them so that they can be interviewed. And of course, the rest is dependent, and it's between you and the employer who would be employing you. So these are few industries that we are, or the few companies that we are in touch with. Coming to scholarships and bursaries, we have a 25% and a 20% flat, no cap scholarship and bursary arrangement. So for postgraduate students, anybody with a bachelor's degree of 55 and above, so between 55 and 74.9%, we offer a 20% bursary. And for undergraduates, it's going to be 70% and above for a 20%. And when it comes to 25%, it is 75% and above for postgraduate, and 80% and above for the undergraduate. Apart from this, we also have 4 vice chancellors meritorious scholarships, which are 100% scholarships in different areas in sports education, management, STEM, and one is open in any area. And the Rajasthan Royals one is an association for sports education. NHRD is the management, and Biocon is the sponsor for our STEM education. So for that, you have to apply. For that, you need at least 80% and above, along with extracurricular activities, which definitely talks about doing something, bringing about a change and adding value in the society. YouTube videos are there available, and I would suggest all of you who feel that they have 80% and above and can take this scholarship will be happy to we'd love to encourage those students and happy to entertain that as well. But before that, I would advise you all to go through the YouTube links. When you type the Vice Chancellor's Meritorious Scholarship 100% for Deakin, you will see it's also covered by our partner, which is the television partner, which will do your complete recording, and it will be showcased on television. There are levels, there are people on panel who will be addressing and then deciding. So out of 24 are shortlisted and given this scholarship. So YouTube will talk about what kind of profiles are we looking at when it comes to extracurricular activities. We also have strategic partnerships in India, wherein we have tie-ups with Max, ISB, NDTV is our partner currently, Reliance Science, Chitkara University, and the others, as you can see. I would like you all to read the promise with me when you're reading this. I'm sure you all can. To offer our students a personalized learning experience with premium digital engagement, creating the power and opportunities to live in a connected and evolving world. As I also mentioned in between, that we do look at holistic development. It's not just the education. There are other various means. Our campuses are very well and strategically built with all amenities and facilities inside, along with Wi-Fi connectivity. Our libraries, of course, our faculties are always available online, even after your unit is over, or your class is over, your lecture is over, and you have any queries, any questions, they are available on WhatsApp messages, groups. We also have areas within the campus where you can sit down and do your collective assignments, your group assignments, and study on campus, because of course traveling does take a lot of time. So students who are not on campus can obviously avail that service alongside. And of course, you all can stay connected with us. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and the website and the numbers. That's pretty much. If anybody has a question, I will take a moment to just clear the screen, and then we can talk. Well, I can just switch off this now, right? You can share your screen. I can close this.
So, Divya, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Sachin.
Yeah. So, what I can do is, we have, as of now, we have a couple of questions, which, wait, I think I'm lost. Yep.
I can hear my own voice.
Somebody had the Facebook Live on.
Okay.
Yeah, the question.
Are we done? Like, can you view my screen?
No, we are not able to see your screen, Divya.
You can't, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, so you can share your screen which you had shown before.
Have we asked? Can you share your? Yeah.
There's a network issue.
Yeah, I think there is a network issue at Sachin Bhaijan. Yeah, he's back.
Okay, let us start with question sessions. There are quite a few questions.
Yeah, sorry,
Sachin, do you want to take this up further?
Yeah. So the question is that, wait, let me just open up. Yeah. Can you please tell us when can we start on the July intake? So before we take up the questions, that I think one of the common concerns about all the people on today's webinar would be what and how Deakin is taking the stand on the COVID status right now in Australia, and what is the post what are the ways out that you are suggesting to students about the intakes, and what is happening? If you can just throw some light, because I think that's a common concern amongst everyone.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, first and foremost, what we are doing is we are introducing online units for the coming intake students. The students who are already enrolled and are doing the March intake with us have already started their units online. and they're pretty happy. The students I have connected with, to be honest, it's not because I'm with Deakin, I'm harping upon the fact, but yeah, that's actually factual, because we do have 16,000 students plus who are currently studying on cloud campus, and they're pretty satisfied with the kind of the information that's been disseminated. There is not much of difference between the onshore, on in-class campus or on campus education, or the information that's been disseminated online as well. Uh, Secondly, so we're doing this for the T1 intake. The T2 intake, we will be coming up with the clear outline of the curriculum of the 2 units, which are any which way part of the online curriculum when you are onshore as well. So apart from studying these 2 units right now, you can finish your course in time, which is 2 years, because you start the minute you shift yourself when the ban is lifted. So when I say that, I'll try and explain it to you how the breakup is, Sachin, for everybody else and for you. So you have 16 units for a PG program, correct?
Yeah.
And you will be finishing it in 2 years with 4 trimesters, 4 months each, 4 units in each trimester, correct? So you're studying your 2 units online, which are anyway part of the curriculum. Even if you were there, you had the flexibility of doing that. Now, what you do is
Okay.
you study those 2 units so that you do not waste your time. You finish them and you move abroad. So you transfer your course, you mention your campus, and your COE will be given accordingly as per your campus that you choose. All right. You continue with your course and count your trimester 1 the minute you join in. So you're anyway studying 4 trimesters. And hopefully there will be no issue with your post-study work visa. So we're getting that also in writing. By next week, we should have clarity in writing from the university as a directive and a principal with us. All right, so we're working on that. For undergrad students, there would be no issue, because they will be doing 3 years. So once, sorry, very quickly, just finishing this. So when you're doing 2 years, so you're doing, suppose November becomes your first intake, you can choose to study 4 units. Then if you're taking November as an off trimester and you join in February, all right, that becomes your onshore first trimester. All right, so you can choose. So after 2 units, if you want to fast track, you can do a combination of 3, 4, 3, 3, or 4, 4, however you want to do it, because you will be left with 12 units if you want to fast track it. And if you want to continue after these 2 units separately, then you can choose to do and spread it alongside in those four trimesters, instead of taking it up like, so sorry, if you fast track it, you do 5, 4, 5, 4. And if you want to spread it after those 2 units and you want to do your remaining 14, then you take up 3, 4, 3, 4, and a permutation of the same. Can you hear me, Sachin?
From whatever you've told it. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
I can now hear you. Yeah, I lost you in between.
Yeah. So what I understand is that Deakin is trying to have a word with you need here.
I'm
And the
losing
time
you, Sachin. I'm so sorry. I'm losing you.
Can you hear me now?
I can. Can you repeat what you said?
Divya, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Can you repeat what you said? I lost that bit.
Yeah. So what I wanted to ask is that Deakin is trying to get an arrangement for those units which are covered online staying in India as of now. So when the student comes there, it will be considered as if they have done the same thing remaining onshore, and they don't have to. It still qualifies them for the post-study work visa, right?
Absolutely. So there will be an arrangement in terms of, we have already proposed those 2 units. The only thing we are waiting for is the curriculum and the 2 units specific to each course. So if somebody is going for Masters of Marketing, which are those 2 units which will be taken up online? That is something that we're just waiting to hear. And by next week, we should have the information. So as we are disseminating other emails, this will also be circulated across the entire network, which will talk about course-wise curriculum and those 2 units. So what happens is, you can do these 2 units and you can shift yourself onshore the minute the ban of travel is lifted. So you will be left with only 14 units to be studied. because you've already completed these 2 units online. Students who do not wish to include this and they do not want to do the November intake there, they can defer it to the March intake next year. And then they can take up the entire course again. Or they wish to do the online here and still wants to do the deferment to the March intake. What they will be doing is they will be then continuing with their 14 remaining units by doing a permutation combination of the remaining units. Instead of 4, 4, 4, 4 equivalent to 16 in 4 trimesters, they will of course reduce the 2 and do the 12. They will divide the 12 units in the remaining trimesters. And if you want to fast track it, of course, you will be doing more units.
5 subjects.
Yes, absolutely. You can do a combination of 4, 5, 5, 5 as well to finish it early.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, let me clarify this a bit more here. So anyone who, if let's say the July semester on campus is not running, they still have an opportunity to start 2 units online in July and then start their second semester in February with the remaining units up to the end of the course. And that time that they've studied online will still be considered for their post-study work permit of 2 years, right?
Yeah, so the post-study work permit, we will be getting a little clarity. We're still working on that, so I would not want to comment on it like as on date. But very soon, sir, we will be getting the written confirmation on the same, considering that there shouldn't be a problem. But yes, as far as the online units are concerned, this is included in the 16 units that you're doing. So the only difference is that you study it here without wasting time. That's all.
Okay. Do you have a great clarity on whether the July intake will run or not?
As on date, we are positive that it will happen. It should happen. We have also heard from the Australian government that things are improving there, even in India. So if the lockdown, of course, extends a little more, and if all of us can be disciplined in our own best way possible, I'm sure this curve is going to go down and flatten very soon, and everything will come to normal. But as far as the extension date or deferment date on the July intake commencement is concerned, we will be waiting for a written confirmation. As of now, July intake stands intact.
Okay, let me also give some information to participants here that we are sending applications to Australian universities every day. Is number one. We are making payments. We are sending financial documents as well. We have lodged some visa applications because the visas are processed. There is no ban on that at this point of time for applying for your visa. So we are in terms of that, we are absolutely regular. Australia is very minimal in terms of the cases, and stricter actions are taken by Australian government as well. So we are very hopeful that July intake will run. It may just not run on time in July, but universities have between first and second semester of 3 months, because Australia goes to summer sometime by November 15, November 28, and the second semester opens only in February. So there is a gap of about 2.5 months where July intake can be delayed up to 2.5 months, and you can start your second semester in March on time. So Australia has a very, very hopeful that if not in July, we are very hopeful that we should be able to start those semesters sometime in August or September. This is what all the universities are talking about at this moment.
Just to add to that, sir, we are also continuously
on. So can I just take up the next question?
Yeah, I just wanted to add that very quickly that we are receiving applications as well. Deakin is receiving applications every day, and yes, we are also receiving payments. And I'm not surprised, and I'm seeing a lot of positive spirit in students who are willing to go and take up the course in July. And there is also an option of deferment. I would like to add. In case student wants to defer, they can definitely defer the intake. So there is no worry on the money issues. The monies will be intact, and there is no additional charge on deferment. And in case, just by chance, if somebody wants to withdraw last minute before the census date, there will be refund. So please be rest assured that your money will be safe even if you pay now.
Okay, next. Thank you so much, Divya. Next question, please.
Yeah. Okay. Sahil, can you please come in? Can you unmute Mr. Chanakya Reddy so that he can ask the question live? Yeah, Chanakya. Yes, Chanakya, you can please go ahead with your question. You are unmute.
Yes, as I mentioned before, sir. Hello.
Yes, please go ahead. We can hear you.
So as I texted you, sir, I had applied my visa on Jan 15th approximately, and I got an extension till March intake for March intake, and I didn't get my visa, sir. I just have a doubt that whether I get my visa or not. Just a doubt.
Marg, can you please answer that question?
Yeah, Chanakya, about 3 weeks ago, Australian High Commission stopped processing from Delhi. And if your file is lying at Delhi, we might have to wait for a couple of more weeks, right? But now that the next intake is only in July, I think we have time. So just hold on for some time there, right? Let the Australian High Commission physically open in Delhi. If it would have been processing in Perth, they would have processed it by now. That means, it is not processed at Perth at this point of time. Wait for Delhi to open. You should be all right. Just take it easy.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for.
Yeah. Sahil, you can mute Chanakya. The next one is Mr. Ranjan Patel. Sahil, can you please bring in Ranjan Patel? Sorry, Rajan Patel. I'm sorry, Rajan Patel. Yeah, Rajan, please ask your question. You are unmute.
I got overall 6 band in listening 7, reading 5, and remaining to 5.5. So it is possible to get admission.
Can you be a little loud, please, Rajan?
Okay.
Can you please repeat the question, Rajan?
I got overall 6 band in listening 7, reading 5, and writing and speaking 5.5. So it is possible to get admission.
What course are you looking at?
Master in Mechanical.
Sorry?
Master in Mechanical.
So you have overall 6.5 band?
No. Overall 6 band.
Overall 6 band?
Yes.
And you have less than 6, 2 bands are less than 6?
3
yes.
bands.
3 bands less than 6, right?
Rajan?
Yes, sir.
You have 2 bands less than 6 or 3 bands?
In reading 5 and writing and speaking 5.5.
So there are 2 bands less than 6.6 and there is overall also less than 6.5. You will have to reappear for your IELTS.
Okay, so with early course it is possible or not?
Yeah, we can definitely check that out for you with the admissions after seeing your overall result. What was your percentage in English in 10th and 12th? That is something if you can share with me, that will be nice if you're looking at Deakin.
Okay, in 10th I got 72% in English, and in 12th it is a very low, it is a 46. And
You're talking about only English? Are you talking about only English percentage?
Yes.
Okay, then it's difficult.
And I also completed my graduation in mechanical, so I also have a MOI, medium of instruction in English.
That's perfectly fine. I'm afraid to say that at this stage. However, what I would request is, Sachin, if somebody can help me with his application along with the IELTS score.
Yeah, sure. We will do that.
We can assess that. I'm not going to reject it right now like that. I would still want to have a quick look at it and then probably give you the outcome. However, I can assure you 90% it looks difficult, but I would still want to assess the application once.
Great.
Okay.
Rajan, please go back to your counselor, whether it is, it looks like you are from Gujarat and Ahmedabad or Baroda. So go back to your...
I am from Ahmedabad and I am talking with Miss Aisha.
Yes, so please go back to Aisha and she will look after you.
Okay.
So
Thank you very much.
yeah. So at this point, Divya,
You're breaking, Sachin. Your voice is breaking. Sorry.
in terms to student,
Sachin, we lost you. You'll have to repeat.
are you able to hear now?
Now, yes, clear.
Okay. So what I
No,
wanted
no, it's breaking.
It's
to
breaking again.
know is, are you able to hear? Okay. So I'll take it later. Let's have the next one. Sahil, can you please unmute Hardik Chauhan? Hardik, please go ahead with your question. Sahil, you have not unmuted him. Please unmute.
Yeah, I did it. I think he has only muted himself.
Okay. Hardik, can you please unmute yourself? I think you have to unmute at your end. It is on the bottom left-hand side corner.
Yes, I got that. I got that. Sorry, sir. Sorry for the.
No problem. Please. Yeah, go ahead, please, with your question.
Yeah. Sir, hope you are all doing good and working good from home. So my concern over here is only like I got admission from the Deakin University at the Burwood campus, and the only concern I'm having is right. I'm going for the July intake, and I heard many things like they are going to organize online classes and everything for the one semester and like that. So I was like, I must be lacking some campus facility like libraries and everything. So, is there any concession or relaxation for the fee structure inside in that? Actually, there are many other students already studying there, or they are about to complete their graduation or post graduation. So they also raise their concern to the university. So, is there any relaxation in that? Do you have any clarification on that?
Hardik, there is no charge for accessing library. In fact, library at Deakin is still open. We are maintaining social distancing very strictly. There is a portion of library, a segment of library which is open to students to access and do their assignments, because the students who are currently doing their March intake are submitting their assignments on everyday basis and are being assessed on that. So students are accessing that and they're maintaining. So not more than 25 to 30 students are allowed at a given time, and there are slots given to students. Plus, there is no cost to access the library.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hope that answers.
So there is no relaxation for the fees for the students who are going for the online classes.
As of now, no, the fees remains as is, because you will be shifted on shore the minute the ban is lifted on travel, and you will be getting the same degree once you complete your 4 units, 2 online and 2 on shore. So that completes your 1 trimester.
Yeah. Actually, I asked this because you know there is a completely lockdown in India and also maybe in Australia as well. So
Absolutely. Agree.
doing a part-time job is also difficult. We can't think about a full-time. So doing a part-time is also difficult. So the survival rate will be a very tough. So I thought there should be some relaxation in that.
Great. I appreciate your concern, and I definitely stand with you on this, Hardik. However, right now we haven't heard on the concession on the fee. We hoping, I will definitely put this concern to the management the minute we end this webinar, and that's what we're here for. Whoever has whatever concerns, please be vocal about it and let us know. We're here to make sure that the best is given to every student.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
So
Hardik.
Okay, just 1 second. We also, as a part of panelists, we also have Mr. Satish Kumar from our. Hello.
Yes, you're audible.
Great.
yeah, Parik, go ahead.
As a part of panelists, we also have Mr. Satish Kumar from our Vizag office. And I would like to bring him in here for his comments or any questions he has here.
Great. Hi, Satish.
Hello.
Satish, can you please unmute yourself? Oh, yeah.
Yes, yes, I've done it, sir. Hi. How are you, ma'am?
Very well. How are you? Good to see you. Good evening.
Ma'am, good evening. Good evening. I just, heard the student question regards, the part-time opportunities.
Yeah.
Is he online, sir? Pareen, sir?
Yeah, I think he should still be online. Please go ahead.
Okay. Gentlemen, I'm doing a lot of, study about this COVID with respect, Australia, next other countries. Let me assure you, it's just a matter of, 2 months. By May 31st, most of things, should be back to normalcy.
Absolutely. Agreed.
90%, should be back to normalcy. And because, we are on hold, for a couple of months, there'll be increased, buoyancy in terms of, economic activity. So that can lead to more opportunities, for students. So if you are listening to me, gentlemen, please understand you'll have more opportunities, than the students, the last year had access to. You'll have more opportunities,
Absolutely.
for earning. Okay, so not to worry, actually, the world, will come back, with a sense of vengeance. There'll be more activity, more hard work, and more optimism. So not to worry, just, hang on, for a few weeks. In June, we'll definitely have, very pleasant news. As ma'am said, the curve is already flattening in Australia. It's doing a lot of testing, actually. And also, the infection rate is going down. So all good news, possibly would be hearing, after 4 weeks. So, take it, positively. Ma'am, I'm very confident Deakin will be on track, with respect to July intake. Possibly it should be in the last week of August. That's what, I guess.
Thank you so much for your positive, words and for the energy that you're throwing these words in with. Thank you so much, Satish. I'm believing the same. Fingers crossed. And trust me, we all are also getting encouraged every day. The more we talk with the students, and the positive spirit in the students is also encouraging us and,
Yes, ma'am.
pushing us
Yes,
to
ma'am.
do better.
Let's
Yeah,
pray
go
for,
ahead.
quick recovery of, Boris Johnson if he's recovered. Let's
Absolutely.
pray for, Boris Johnson, ma'am. If he's recovered, we'll be quite happy.
Absolutely. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Let's
Sir,
pray, and everything will come back on track.
Okay, next
yes.
question, please. Thank you, Satish.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Sahil, can you please unmute Salim John? Divya, let me just bring in Salim.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Is from. Hi, Salim. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
I'm
Very
great.
well,
I'm great.
Salim. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Absolutely loud and clear.
Salim,
Okay,
can you please go ahead with your question?
Yeah. My question here was, regarding this July intake, in case it doesn't start on time, and you did mention that 2 of the modules could be done online. Okay. Are you with me?
Yeah,
Yes.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay. Now, at what stage of, in case this situation arises, you told, you did mention about, getting the COE and then probably, at what stage do we apply for the visa in that case?
As Pareen sir also mentioned, sir, yeah, would you like to throw light on that again?
Salim, the visa application is online and it is not stopped. If you see Australian government's comments, you can apply for visa at any point of time. They may start issuing visa once the borders open, right? Or they may do that earlier than that as well, right? But July is 4 months from now. August is about 5 months from now. Nobody knows if it is going to if things are going to be closed till that time. I don't think so, and nobody believes that as well, right? So apply for admission, pay your fees, and apply for your visa. You may get your visa. If the borders are open, you can leave at any point of time. If you are enrolled for online course, online subjects, right, in between, if you want to shift and go there and start studying, is fine as well, right?
Okay.
So that's the case.
Yeah, that's fine. My next question, Pareen, is, all this lockdown, the students, I already have a couple of students for Deakin. The banks are not encouraging any students as of now for the bank loans here. They're saying that the countries are locked down. There's uncertainty. So please hold. What do you think about that situation?
14th April until 14th April, all the banks are currently working, I agree. And they might be pushing you to hold on for a while. But Yeah, sorry, you say
Yeah,
first.
they are looking at the world scenario as a whole. They are not concerned about what is happening in India as such now. They are looking at the countries the students are interested to go to, and they're looking at that country's situation to approve the loan. Okay, so as of now, what I see is, no banks, as far as I'm concerned, are not encouraging, they're not giving an approval as of now.
Salim, but even if you see the regular July intake, we are still about 16 weeks away. The
Yes,
visa needs about 3 to 4 weeks,
correct.
right?
Yeah,
And then we still have about 12 weeks to process other things. Let's wait. It's a very early question right now. Let's wait.
yes,
And then I'm very hopeful that, universities will defer the commencement date easily by 4 to 6 weeks. That's what our association has also pushed in, right? And government is also suggesting the similar things, right? So let's wait. I don't think we are in hurry. We are not in probably June or July currently. We are in April first week, and we should wait for some time.
sure. I think that situation is correct. That's fine. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Perfect.
so we'll take up our next questions. There is a question, but there is no name written there because it just says anonymous attendee. So I will not be able to unmute that person and bring him into the room, but I will instead read out the question, and probably Divya can answer that. Hi Divya, will there be any extension for the commencement date for the July intake? Any additional measures from the university for students visa grant? Please please brief taking your time. So I think we've already answered this
Pretty much
question,
covered both, yeah.
that as far as the yeah. So we've done that. So I think we'll take the next question, and the next question is, online may be problematic and it may not be comfortable for me, ma'am. Again, this is no person. It just says Galaxy A30s. So I will not be able to take that person into the room to asking the question. But then the only answer that I can probably give on behalf of Divya, Deakin, probably on the entire Australian universities is, see, difficult, desperate times and desperate measures. We need to find out solutions which are which commensurate with the current situation, and that's what we all are doing. We are trying to adapt to newer ways of taking things up, right? Otherwise, it's not possible for me and you to be on this Zoom call and doing this entire presentation. So I would request this person to also understand that let us take up newer ways of learning this. Deakin has been very flexible, coming up with a solution that if you do the online units, which as it is, even if you are onshore, you will be doing those units online. If you do those units over here, you are going to get full credits over there. Once the things are beyond the lockdown, once you transfer, you are going to get the credits over there. So I don't think there is any loss in terms of the time that you are spending and the fees that you spend. But yes, you will have to come to terms with doing things online. And believe me, the units which you are doing online is actually available online over there also. So even if you are onshore, you will have to do those online. Am I right, Divya?
Yes, the student would anyway choose because they do hours of work. So they actually
Salim, can you please mute your phone, please? Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, go ahead, Divya.
So I was just adding to what you said, and which you said very rightly. Even in India, all the classes are being held online. It's the need of the hour. It's not something by choice that we are doing or forcing anybody to do. But yes, as you rightly said, there are newer ways. We are also exploring, experimenting, and moving ahead with times. And having said that, it's not mandatory, but yes, people do that. The online units are taken up by the students even if they're on shore, because that provides them extra work hours, which is why you tend to do that online. And there are easier units that you get to do, and they will be monitored completely by the faculty, and I promise you and assure you that you wouldn't regret taking up those units online. Students are actually enjoying that right away.
Super.
The schools are operating online. It's not that anyone's sitting idle, right? Because it's not one country, or it's not one city, or it's not one student. It's globally we've been affected and hit by it. So yeah,
Exactly. The entire world is doing so.
let's hold hands and let's actually enjoy this moment and this phase as well. I'm sure this too shall pass very soon.
Perfect. So whoever is this Galaxy A30s, I'm sure you've had an answer. So I'll take another question. Again, this is it just says anonymous attendees. Again, guys, for all those who are still not, whose questions have not been answered, there is one way you can still change your name on the screen, and then we'll be able to take you in into the room if you want to ask the question. However, I'm going to ask the question on behalf of that person. Any additional medicals required, and are there any mandates for taking any additional medicals for the July intake students? Divya, are you aware of any
As
such
of
thing?
now, nothing has been mentioned. Nothing has been mentioned, and in addition to what's the normal procedure.
Great. So if there are any updates on this, I'm sure
We will keep
as
them posted, of course.
yeah,
We have
the
all the
university will
information.
keep the university will keep posted. We as NEC will also be putting it up on all the possible platforms which will reach you. So definitely we will try and put these things up whenever we have an update. As of now, things are absolutely as normal as what they have been so far, and that's how it will be unless and until we receive any intake update. So the next question, again, it is an anonymous attendee. It just says, can I ask questions on financials? Well, I don't know who you are, and that's why I cannot bring you into the room. So we will not be able to take up your questions. We'll take the next question. It is Sahil. Can you bring in Ramesh, Ramyesh? Yeah, please unmute him. Yeah, Ramesh, can you please go ahead with your question?
Yeah, I have taken my IELTS on 2017 and I got my LOI on July, this past 1 month back. Do I need to take retest for IELTS because this is for my July intake 2019?
So IELTS should be valid until you land in Australia.
Okay, ma'am.
So if it
Okay.
is valid as per your date, then we are happy to accept. If it isn't, I regret to inform you that you'll have to reappear.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
so,
have one more question.
Yeah.
You were speaking about online classes, right? Right now I'm in UAE. Is there any feasibility that I can take any course through online in UAE from UAE also? I mean, are
Yes.
there any universities which are linked with Deakin in UAE so that I can attend my classes in UAE itself?
No. So are you talking about the online units? Are you talking
No,
about
no,
an
no.
online course?
Online and offline also. Offline. Are there any partnered universities with Deakin from UAE?
That will not be accessible anyway sitting there right now, because it depends on the course, and that only is you're eligible to do that only if you're enrolled onshore, which will only happen once you take admission at Deakin. As far as your online curriculum or the course is concerned, and if you're interested in doing something, please go to Cloud Campus. The courses are listed there. You can definitely pick choose anything of your interest and enroll in it.
So as of now, I got a letter of offer from Deakin University through my IELTS, right? So before landing, can I take PTE and
I
hello?
get your
Can you hear me?
point. Sorry, can you repeat? I can hear you,
Yeah.
but I didn't understand what you said.
See, I got LOI based on this IELTS exam.
Okay.
Okay. You are saying I need to take a retest. Is it okay if I take PTE instead of IELTS?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's just the English score
Okay.
that we need. You can take
Okay.
PT. It's easier. I totally understand and
Okay.
agree, and that shouldn't be a problem at all.
So
Okay. Okay.
Ramesh,
Thank you, ma'am.
as long as you're meeting the requirements of the university across
Okay.
the acceptable English scores, I don't think they should have any problems, whether it is IELTS, TOEFL, or PTE. So
Okay.
you can definitely go ahead and take up the PTE, no problem.
Absolutely.
Okay. I have one more last question.
Just
Please.
before that, Ramesh, if you are sitting in UAE and you want to do your one semester online, you can do that, and any of our offices in India can help you. So get in touch with any of our offices. They will enroll you in the course, and then you can take first few months online, and then once Australia and India and UAE opens up, you can travel to Australia.
Okay. Okay.
Right? Are your questions
Okay, sir.
answered,
Okay.
Ramesh?
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Sahil,
you,
can you bring in?
Thanks, Sachin, for adding to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So we have one more question. Again, it is it just reads Oppo Reno 2Z, and I will not be able to bring in that person. But when can we have the visa application process started? Any guess on this, Pareen? Can you please answer that question?
It's on. Just get in touch with any of the NEC offices, and we are doing visa applications. So please go ahead and submit documents. We are okay to do online applications.
Great. So the next person to ask the question is Sheikh Asha. Can you please bring her in the room?
Has she already applied at Deakin? If I'm not wrong, she's already applied at Deakin, and I have given her the offer.
Asha, can you please go ahead?
Yeah, hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Asha.
Oh, hello everyone. Yes, I have applied and I got the offer as well.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah. Okay, fine. I was the one who was asking about financials as well. Everything is there in postal fixed deposit. So I was asked to transfer that to bank account.
Absolutely. Yes, we need the liquid funds. You will have to transfer it in your savings account.
Okay, fixed deposit and postal is also that, right? I mean, transferring it will actually cause a loss to us. So my dad wanted to know if there is an option like that.
Not really. I'm so sorry. I regret to inform that you will have to put your money. You have to transfer. The show money has to go in, and you can pay your fee through that, but the remaining money has to be transferred. For that, I do not need your source. But when it comes to the next trimester fee, the living expense and the show money that we have to show, the 18 lakh rupees, that has to be transferred.
Okay, I need to show.
Asha, one more.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, one more solution to this. That
yes,
I'm not sure if you can do this or if the banks are happy. But if you go and speak to any of the banks and if they're happy to give you education loan on your postal savings, right? We are okay with that, and in that case, you don't lose your interest or anything of that sort. So just if you want.
Okay, I'll just find out about that. As of now, all the banks are not actually processing this, so couldn't find out yet.
Okay, Asha, I think you had put up two
yeah,
more questions.
I put around 3 to 4 questions. I would like to check and then ask. And also, sir, can I know how much amount to show? Basically, my course is business analytics, and then it says I have to pay around 27 lakhs for 2 years. So how much do I have to show?
Asha, which office are you from?
Vijayawada, NEC.
Okay, so Maliredi Srinivas, you are in touch with Srinivas.
Yeah,
Reddy,
yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
He's very well experienced like us, so please go back to him and believe him, right? He's quite experienced, so don't worry about that.
Okay.
Just believe what he says.
Okay, sir. Totally. Thank you.
Right.
And
okay. Yeah, one more question you had. Please go ahead.
Yeah. My thing was like recently one of my cousins lost his job. So is there any difficult to find part-times as soon as I land there? Like people are saying recession will come. So
I would
Asha,
just like to
I would like to probably, Divya, just give me a moment.
Sure.
Asha, what we suggest to students, irrespective of this condition, you should have 3 to 6 months money on your hand, right? I've seen people getting job on the second day after landing in Australia, and I've seen students not getting jobs for 3 to 6 months as well, right? So keep 6 months money in your hand handy for your living expense, and you should be all right. Having said so, as I mentioned, there are people who get it faster, there are people who get it slower. But I don't think that's a very big concern at this point of time. It's only 15 days the world has gone in under lockdown. Australia is not complete lockdown. Let me tell you, like what we have in India right now. Once it opens up, nobody knows. But keep your money with you for 6 months. You should be all right.
Okay, and also one more question, sir.
Can I
regarding the online. Yes.
Asha, very quickly, I just want to add to that, Pareen sir. What you've mentioned is right. I personally would also suggest do not look at immediately jumping into getting a part-time job, because that's not the focus. That's not the aim that
Exactly, I
you're
was
going
going to
to
say that.
Australia with. All right. Especially going to a new country, trying to adapt to new ways of learning, the kind of, the environment, the people, the culture, all of that is little different than what you face and see in India. In India, everything is being spoon fed. You're pampered, you're taken well care of. All right. You will have to do everything on your own. So be mentally, physically prepared and financially have that kind of a cushion, as sir also mentioned, that you must not depend on this. This is not the focus. The focus is to do your studies well, because what happens is, under peer pressure, you see that somebody is working for X number of hours. I also want to stretch it. I also want to do it this way, that way. And then the whole thing of money, money, money runs in your head, and you tend to flunk one of your units. And believe me, it's almost half the fee that you will be giving for your first trimester if you have to reappear for an exam, which is close to 2 lakh rupees, 2 to 4 lakh rupees for one single unit if you fail. So do not get distracted. And I very strongly, firmly tell this to all the students I meet, that do not take interest in taking a part-time job at least for a month that after you land. Settle down. It's okay. Gaze at the stars, look at the sky, do nothing, take long walks, take care of your health, go to the library, explore if you don't have anything else to do. But don't rush into getting a job, at least for the first trimester. I say, if you can't hold on and resist for first trimester, and if the need is too high, then please look at least 30 days and give yourself that much time and cushion and get yourself adjusted there. That is not all right.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Uh,
Yeah, the next question. I have one more question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, that's on online classes. Like you all mentioned that the online classes, I mean, we might have online classes. So will the assignments and exams go on the same way like on campus?
Everything will be given to you, of course. You know, everything will be put on an email for you. Assignments will definitely stay intact. You will be assessed on the basis of assignments. You might not have physical verbal exams that you may have. Presentations probably will be all Zoom connected. So all of that will be there, and you will not face you won't see any dissimilarity between what probably would have been on shore and of course online. There will be certain restrictions, of course, because it's online, it's Zoom session, compared to when you are physically there in a classroom setup. There will be slight difference, but you won't see much of it. It won't affect your learning graph, and it won't affect your growth graph as well.
Okay. Okay, I would like to extend that, ma'am. Hello.
Sorry.
Yeah, I would like to extend that question.
Yeah.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Like you all mentioned that I can take like 2 units online and then the 14 offline. Okay, let's consider that I start in July and then I take 2 of the units. Okay, and then the gates are lifted and then I probably go by August, September or something. So can I continue 2 more units there and then finish it off 4 in one trimester?
Absolutely, that's how the setup is going to be. So you're just starting so that you don't waste time. So instead of starting in November or March, you're already done with your 2 units here, and you continue from where you leave.
Okay. Okay, so I can also take new subjects and then continue.
You will be taking the remaining subjects. Yeah, your remaining will be on shore. And even if the ban lifts, so suppose you're done with your 1 unit, instead of 2, you'll be transferring yourself when the ban lifts, and then your second unit you will be doing on shore itself.
Okay, ma'am. That's it for now. Thank you so much for answering all the questions.
Just hold on. We have Srinivas from Vijayawada office here as well.
Sahil, can you please unmute him?
Yeah.
Srinivas, do you want to bring in some perspective here? Do you want to speak to Asha and say anything?
I did talk to him regarding this. He was like, yeah, he'll let me know because of this condition going on. So I wanted to just ask. I think that's fine.
Please unmute him.
Sahil, can you please unmute Malli Reddy Srinivas, please?
I have done it. I think he has unmuted himself.
Srinivas, can you please unmute yourself? Lower bottom left corner.
Srinivas, are you there? Anyways, let's
I think
move on.
we can take up the next question. Okay, so we have Harsh Trivedi. Sahil, can you please bring him into the room?
Harsh has left.
No, Srinivas, just hold on. Harsh has left. Okay, no problem. Srinivas, Sheikh Asha is with us online, and can you please add to what she wanted to ask? Srinivas, hello?
Okay, please go on to the next question, please.
Yeah, the next question is again, it reads Oppo Reno 2Z. Parin sir, how Deakin will assure the international students in terms of virus? Every student and parents are concerned on this. Sorry, I'm not able to bring that person in because it just reads the name, but I don't know. Divya.
The virus is everywhere. We're not safe here. We don't know what it is, right? All we can do is probably act as little responsible, mature citizens and adhere to what's being told and what everyone's doing, follow the right hygiene practices and what needs to be done. And I'm sure if God's been kind, really honestly. So yeah, let's hope that we all stay healthy and fit and fine. Australia has nothing to do with virus alone. It's all across. I'm sure anybody else would like to add something to it.
Correct. So we'll take the next question. It is Mr. Kishore Kumar. Can you please bring Mr. Kishore Kumar in?
He has also left.
He has also left. Good. So the question was only one regarding OSHC and the fees that that we need to pay. So I guess since he's not there, we'll skip the question. The one more question is, hi, my name is Idya Shanti. As I requested that I have some queries, please connect me. It just says Galaxy J7 Prime. How do I do that? Sahil, anyways, we can find out who. Oh yeah, okay. So Shanti, I think you are online. Can you please ask your question?
Yeah, hello. Hi, sir.
Hi.
And hi, ma'am.
Hi.
Ma'am, actually, my name is Lydia Shanti. And I have so many queries and please help me regarding this. Actually,
Shanti, just a minute. Sahil, can you also bring in that Oppo Reno 2Z? It is actually Satish Reddy. Great. And you also unmute him, please. Great. Yeah, go ahead, please, Shanti.
Yes, sir. So previously, I have attended the counseling session in Vijayawada, NEC, and there I got a offer for Master of Professional Engineering. So first of all, I would like to let me know about myself that I have completed my Masters in Engineering from Electrical Engineering. I have completed in 2012. 2012, I completed my Masters in Engineering, and now I want to do double Masters. So based on that, previously I have attended one counseling session in Vijayawada, and there one of the I don't remember the name of the ma'am. She came from Delhi and she informed me that I'm eligible for Master of Professional Engineering, and I was unable to take the conditional offer letter, and because of that reason now I'm in delay. And one more thing is I'm a married woman with a kid of 1.5 years. So and coming to my experience, I've worked as an assistant professor in various engineering colleges, and now I'm interested to do my double masters in professional engineering.
Fair enough. How many years of work experience you've had?
Ma'am, I have 6 years of work experience.
6 years of work experience. And why do you want to do engineering in the similar field? Again, another master's. You said you've done it in electrical and electronic engineering. What exactly did you say?
Yes, ma'am. Electrical in electronics engineering. Masters.
And now you want.
Okay. So my main intention is because right now, if I want to continue in the same field in engineering, I need to have a PhD. Now it's compulsory that in any engineering college, if we want to work, we need to have PhD compulsory. So I'm unable to do PhD. So instead of that, we can do any courses for as an experience, which can count us, and we can work in any of the engineering colleges nearby. So I thought that this professional engineering is the best course by which I can brush up all my engineering, electrical engineering knowledge in this, as well as I can go further for PhD after this course.
Can I request you for a small favor? Parin sir,
Yes,
if you
ma'am.
allow me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I share can somebody from the team share my number with you right away?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
And would you like to speak with me in person after I have your profile in front of me? Would that be possible?
Okay.
Okay, but
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
I think you are from Vijayawada office, right?
Yes, sir. Actually, I belong to Delhi, but I'm right now after marriage I came to Vijayawada.
Great. Now the best thing is, get in touch with Srinivas, and Srinivas will be able to link you with Divya here.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
All right. So, yeah, I'll take the next question. Well, Satish, welcome. Satish Reddy, how are you? Unmute yourself, man. Satish.
Sarji, how are you?
I'm good, Satish. I'm good. So I'll just take the next question.
Good evening.
Again, it is an anonymous attendee. Sir, can you please say when does the embassy open in India so that I can get my visa which was applied already? Parin?
If the visa is already applied, get in touch with your office, and we should be able to tell you whether it was applied in, whether it is being processed at Delhi or Perth. So once you get in touch with us, we should have some answer on that.
Just a minute. Sai, can you please mute this Shanti?
Hello.
Yeah, thank you, Sai. Yeah, Parin, go ahead.
Okay, the answer to that question is get in touch with our office. Unless we have more understanding on your visa application, we will not be able to do that. Answer any questions for that. So ask them to get in touch with our office, please.
Okay, so we'll take another question. Again, it is an anonymous attendee. I don't know what they are doing there. When they log in, they ask the name. They're not writing the name. Hi, ma'am. I want to ask one of my student. Okay, I think this has to be from one of our office. Got visiting visa rejection recently. Now she wants to apply to Deakin for an IT course, and her husband is a student in Australia pursuing diploma. I think we can avoid this question. Parin, what do you say?
No, I think, let them go back to our particular office, and then let them get in touch with me, and I can understand situation more and come back to them.
Okay, Sahil, can you bring in Shriya Mehta, S-R-I-Y-A Mehta?
Sorry, just quickly wanted to ask you, Sachin, was that in Australia visa rejection?
Yeah, that was a visiting visa rejection.
Visiting visa rejection. And when was that? Again, the details we'll have to get. Okay.
It's not mentioned.
No problem.
Yeah, Shriya, you are already unmute. Can you please ask the question?
Hello, good evening. I had applied for my undergraduate subject for undergraduate in sports management and sports exercise science, but my CBSE examinations have been postponed and one of my subjects is left. So how will I go ahead with the procedure? Because I don't have the mark sheet and all yet.
You have your predicted score mark sheet, Shriya?
No, my school has not given that.
Can you write an email to your principal or to your professor, whoever is the lead in charge? If you can get us the predicted mark sheet, we'll anyway have to wait for the final score. So don't worry on that. You can fulfill the other formalities with regards to your GT interview and the other conditions on your letter, the offer letter that you have in hand, and then we can take it from there once you get your final degree.
Shriya, let me just come in here. Shriya, if I'm not wrong, you already have a conditional offer with you, right?
Yes.
That means the next step is you prepare yourself with PTE or any of the English exams that you are pursuing, right? And
Yes.
as I mentioned, we still have about a month and a half, 2 months before we apply for your visa, right? So based on what happens to your exams once you open, we would know what is happening. If not in July, if the Deakin University is extending their commencement date, let's say to August or September, right, we will pursue that. And if not, there is always an October semester with that course running as well. So you're safe. Don't worry about it. Concentrate on your English. Concentrate on your last exam, right? Concentrate on your financial preparation. You should be all right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Perfect, Shreya. Thank you very much for that question. And so one of the concerns that probably we would also have is that for those students whose scores are not out for the +2, Divya, how are we taking that?
We do not
For the
have
IB,
anything
yeah,
again.
sorry. For the IB, I know that there are predictive scores which are given, but I was not really sure about two things. One is the Gujarat board, and the second one is the CBSE.
As far as I know, and what we've been learning of late is that we are waiting. We will be waiting for the final scorecard. Once they get it, only that we process. Until then, we are finishing, as Pareen sir mentioned, we will finish the other formalities in the process, and we'll just hold on to till we get it, because we do not have anything again in writing as a directive from the university as to give it otherwise or let it be or let the students come in, whether it's concerned with IELTS scorecard or with that, because there are a lot of students who probably will have this question or probably have it in their heads and it's not come out that I'm only left with my IELTS to be, the scorecard. So whatever we have given in the past, can I use that? If it's expired, can I use it? Can that still be considered? Or is there any other way of the English scorecard that can be submitted? The answer to is no. We'll have to wait for the times to quickly turn around and we can get the right scorecards and then we can process it forward. And in the meantime, we'll finish the other formalities unless we hear from the university on something else substantially.
Great. So are there any other questions I'm addressing to the room? Are there any other questions that anyone from the room wants to send us? We will be happy to answer. Otherwise, then we want to end the session. It's already 5:30. Any other questions to be answered? Satish, if you have anything to ask Divya, Reddy, if you want to ask anything to Divya, whatever. So I think all from the panelists can be unmuted if most of them are unmuted. Okay. Yeah, okay. We have one more question. Wait. Okay. Oh, yes. Asha is back. Can you please bring Sheikh Asha into the room, Sahil? Please
Sachin.
unmute her.
Yes, Sachin.
Hello?
Yeah, please go ahead, Asha.
Yes, sir. Another question. As ma'am mentioned about Deakin Talent Hunt, is it only for the students who come back to the home country, or is it like for everyone who's present there as well?
Absolutely, the students who will be on shore will also seek the help, because we do international seminars as well, fairs on shore, wherein how you meet, I mentioned that how you will be meeting universities when you go for education fairs. Similarly, these are the international fairs wherein you will meet the representative of the organization or the company that we call on shore, and then you meet them and have an informal conversation and you get to understand. So that support is extended there as well. Similarly, if there is any requirement of any company and they feel that Deakin provides that kind of talent amongst you all, then the skill sets are met with the requirement that they through on us that I'm looking for A, B, C for this particular role at this kind of a package. And if your CV is there with different talent team, if you worked with them to upgrade or to enhance your skills when it comes to interviewing yourself, and of course, building on your resume, then the skill sets are matched. And if you are eligible and if you are the right personnel for the same job, you are immediately informed and you can definitely get in touch with the company. So that support is there throughout.
Okay. Thank you for that, ma'am. Another question. If at all I go for this July intake, and then I'm currently doing my last semester of undergraduation.
Yeah.
So I doubt I'll get my scorecard by then, the last semester and the final certificate by July.
Yeah.
So will
So
be
whatever
there
you
any
have,
issue?
we will no. So whatever you have, you will first be submitting, because
Yeah,
a
I
lot of
already did
times.
that, ma'am.
Sorry.
I already did that, ma'am.
So great, but there is something else. The finances is the issue right now, right?
Yeah, only the financials.
Yeah. So
Guys,
we
there
will
is a
again
lot of
wait for
background
you.
noise from others who are not talking. So please mute yourself.
So yeah, we will be waiting for your final mark sheet and the collective cumulative mark sheet as well. And
So
if there
only
is
after.
anything on that we hear from the university that yes, you can, because unless and until you receive your final score, and in case the score doesn't match the requirement, then it will be an issue, right, Asha?
Yeah,
So
yes,
which is
ma'am,
why
I
we
get that.
have to wait for that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's it, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Asha.
Okay, closing comments, please. I think is Sachin there? I know.
Not able to see.
Okay. Satish and others on the panelists list, if you don't have any closing comments, I will hand it over to Sachin to close this. Sachin,
Yeah.
are you there?
Yeah,
Please.
yeah, yeah. I was just waiting that if someone wanted to
Hello.
ask any. Satish,
Hello,
yeah, please.
Sachin. Can you take Satish Reddy, Prasanna, and Srinivas on board? Because they got something to say. They got some queries.
Sure. 1 minute.
Huh?
Sahil. Sahil, can you take Satish Reddy, please? That is the Oppo Reno 2Z1. Okay, so Satish Reddy is online, and you said who else? Prasanna.
Prasanna and Srinivas of Vijayawada.
No, Srinivas is already online. Malireddy Srinivas is already there.
No. I'm saying, ask them, unmute them. They have some queries. They'll speak.
Yeah, but they are already unmute. They have to, see, now they have to unmute themselves.
Satish.
Yeah, one minute, Satish. Sahil, can you also take Prasanna in the room? Yeah, okay, he's there. Great.
Hello. Hello.
Go ahead, please.
Hello.
Yes, Prasanna, we can hear you. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am. How are you?
Very well.
Good. Just a simple question as such. Recently, we are hearing there are a lot of news for the international students. Many students are complaining that they are not getting enough support with the local government. People are facing a bit of problem. So, could you please explain how at this situation, now, what sort of help is that Deakin providing for the international students who have recently arrived onto the university?
University is taking all possible best measures. Of course, I'm sure they're not giving them money, but the entire otherwise all the support is there, extended by the university. Whatever help the student is requiring, if they are staying on campus, then definitely the other support apart from the library access and education and everything is important. Even if they are not staying on campus, and if there is anything required, you can definitely go and approach the university on shore. There is a cell which is helping the students with their issues. The student support.
But Prasanna, I've been actually talking to a couple of students myself for support. Those who actually reached sometime in January, February, and they are expecting fees discount. They are expecting monetary support. They're expecting support for not having a part-time job, some cash allowance. I think to my understanding, those students were not right in terms of their demands. So please speak to them that that is not possible, right? Australian government and the university will do whatever best they can, right, looking at the situation, but please don't be unreasonable in terms of your demand.
It's not by demand, sir.
No,
Unfortunately, not by
about
demands.
students' demands. Students'
Yeah,
demands.
yeah. Right. Thank you, sir.
Satish, ready? Any questions? Okay, Srinivas, any questions?
Hello, sir.
Yes, Satish, go ahead.
Yep.
Sir, not
Everyone will have to unmute themselves.
no, not so precise, sir, because almost every questions are answered. But only one concern is now I have asked before. Sachin sir was actually reading that. See, many parents have got a concern, sir. Now, if I'm sending my child from here to Australia, okay. Now, what would be the measures the university might take, or probably university is taking on COVID? Because this is a very big concern. Now I understand this is a big concern in India also, but see, when someone is sending students outside, now they have a big concern on this. Now at least a kind of statement or something from the university side, yes, these are the measures which we are taking. I know we take all those measures, but what exactly more than that we are taking for international students?
So firstly, I would just like to say one thing. We are not looking at traveling right now when the situation is like this, right? We are talking about only traveling once the situation is under control. We are not moving out of our own homes as well because of the current situation. So it's not just in Australia that something special or more than what is required needs to be done. Please add to it, Pareen sir and Sachin and whoever feels to, if you think that there is anything that's to be added, or please suggest me if I'm going wrong. But I personally feel that the basic measures that are required are being adopted by the university, what you're taking at personal levels as well. Apart from that, if there is anything specific that is required by the student, of course, we are approachable and we're known for it in terms of the support system that we have and the satisfaction that students have been having by connecting with us. So that is something we are willing to extend, unless it's unreasonable, as sir also mentioned. So if there is anything specific that you're looking at, please do pinpoint. Apart from that, I think the university is taking all the best measures that are required. Beyond that, I don't see anything as of now.
Satish, I've been following Deakin University on COVID measures they have taken, and I have just put up a link on the chat where what Deakin says about what they are doing currently for students, staff, and everyone. So please go through that, and I've actually connected few students with that link as well. So I think it's best to read that link and forward to those students and parents as well.
Thank you. But this was also circulated as an emailer. I'm not sure if all of you, are receiving. Yes, there was an email because all the updates are circulated to the entire network, including students and partners. So they are updated on timely basis.
Perfect. Closing, please, if there is no further questions.
I would just want to say one last thing, sir. In case there is anybody who's not receiving updates from Deakin, if somebody from the team can write an email addressing and pinpointing those email IDs, I will get it updated in the database so that next time, if there is any update which is going, they should also be party to it and not, not be reading about these things.
I will write an email to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Great. Sachin, please take over. Sachin? Okay, I will thank you very much once again, everyone, for attending this. We have 8 more sessions coming up this week. Please try and attend that and register and attend that as well. If you have any questions, queries, please go back to our offices across India. We are more than happy to help you and take this further as well. Uh, Thank you very much once again and stay safe. Divya, once again, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much,
Divya.
everyone. Thank the entire team for the complete support. Thank you very much. I hope it was beneficial and I hope we could answer